All right, let's just jump into it, shall we? This is Mono Red Steam-Kin, Mono Red Memekin. Draw all the cards, deal lots of points of damage, whatever you want to call it. So, Steam-Kin, along with cards like Warlord's Fury, Crash Through, and Light Up the Stage, allow us to chain through our deck very quickly. And while we're chaining through our deck, cards like Electrostatic Field and Thermo-Alchemist deal damage to our opponent. Hey, Ibnis, thanks for the half a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Vantrix, thank you for the very generous tier 3 and for the half a year at that. Hope you're staying safe out there. In addition to Thermo-Alchemist being in addition to this archetype, we've also got Chandra's Incinerator here from M21. So spell cost X less to cast, where X is the amount of non-combat damage dealt to your opponents this turn. And every source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent. Chandra's Incinerator deals that much damage to a planeswalker that player controls. So we are looking to mono red some people. Let's jump on into some matches with this and see how it feels. Marty played this list to, I think it was a 4-2 finish in the Hoots tournament this past weekend, if I recall correctly. Hey, Artemix, thanks for the third of a year. Welcome back. I'm interested to see people talking about the Goblins matchup in chat. Interested to see if that deck starts to take over. It has turn 3 and turn 4 kills like Winota. And honestly, the Goblins matchup, the Goblins deck is harder to interact with than Winota. Like, with Winota and the tokens deck, at the very least, like, your removal spells were good. Against Goblins, removal doesn't do anything. You have to have counter spells, discard spells, or something like Grafdigger's Cage. Let's lead on Steam-Kin here. For people that are worried about the bunny that was stuck in the egress window yesterday, I posted a video to Twitter yesterday. Yeah, it's basically the Muxus deck. The Muxus deck is basically a 1-card combo deck. Alright, looking to fade sweepers here like Ritualist and what's it called? The even odd one. So this doesn't deal damage when you cast spells, it just untaps. So I'm going to wait to try and cast these till this is no longer summoning 6, so we can get some extra damage in with it. Jacob was really funny. The old 8 Explore deck. Yeah, the types of decks that want to play Settle the Wreckage are going to be good at, the types of decks that want to play Settle the Wreckage are going to not be good against just the grindy element of Goblins. Opponent's like real close to dead until they stick this Thragtusk they're probably playing. So I want to go ahead and do this, because it means that a shock is now lethal. This also attacks for lethal. How's Haley recovering from her first TO experience? Doing well.
This isn't your average zombie. Rise and shine.
I think we're just no attack sinks. If their creatures die, they draw cards. So I think I'd prefer to not feed them cards here. Alright, so we're dead. The Magic 2020 experience. Aggro decks close, aggro decks close. Oh, Uro? Alright, got it. Do we board Incinerator out in the non-creature matchups? It is just a beefy thing, and it doesn't die to Ritual Assault, which is somewhat appealing. I don't think I want Cage or Crypt for Uro. Especially not on the play. I think just having Ferocidon's fine. Sand's okay until we get turn 3 Sweet Bird. Get Thermo-Alchemist down so I can start triggering ASAP. Fry should have been 6 damage. I think that's a pretty good take. It would have let you kill Okos too, which would have been a big deal. Try and hit some land drops here. I'm gonna pass for now and be a little greedy and try and get some more damage out of this. Next turn we can go field into Skewer. Yep. Alright, let's get the angry dino out here. See how they feel about that. They 1-for-1 the Ritual Assault, which makes me feel like they probably... I'm kind of surprised they have spot removal there. I guess they just wanted to be mana efficient last turn. I'm just gonna stick another dino next turn. Am I supposed to shock her? Maybe I'm supposed to shock her.
Good help is easy to find in war. Waste not, want not.
I'd really like to draw a land next turn. Of course, they probably just have another removal spell. And Uro's ready to escape here as well. Oh, magic. I think we're in garbage time once they killed our 2 things. If they don't kill the 2 O4s, they don't. The Liliana down ticks for 4, so if they don't kill the 2 O4s, we're definitely able, like with light up the stage, to do a lot of damage the following turn. Again, because we already have our second land rolled up, we're going to not play these out on 1 because they trigger these, which is ideal. I did not update the Stream Decker, that is why. I'll fix that. Thanks for the heads up. Alright, Stream Decker should be good to go. Oh, look at that! Another breeding pool deck. Weird. It's so strange. Interesting. Another Sultai deck's actually kind of surprising. This could have just been banned playing off-color Triumphs. One, 4, and then we play Incinerator? That's how that works, right? Alright, I'm into it. Ritualist sent me, daddy. Incinerate! Incinerate! Tramples too? That's so good. Silent Nexus, thanks for the half year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Just keeping me around. So if this draws a land, we get to play the other one. Never lucky. Thanks for pushing. The ladder doesn't matter. My last 2 sets have been much more enjoyable, and I feel like I'm doing my duty sending the greedy decks out of the lower tiers. God bless. This card's a lot worse when this card's legal, huh? It's funny how that works. It's honestly just impressive how... It's honestly just impressive how many cards that Teferi just, like, incidentally renders unplayable. They are close to dead. We're 1 off technically with these, right? So I'll call them next turn. If they don't have a removal spell, they should be dead, right? So. So, again, and I think this is an important conversation to have. Someone in chat saying, why didn't WotC let Red have Bolt? More escalation is not the appropriate solution to the issue with Magic's formats, in my opinion. This arms race to the bottom where you just keep powering up everything you put into all of these formats is awful. Like, making everything stronger makes less things playable overall. An appropriate solution is not more busted cards. An appropriate solution is taking the things that are currently busted and scaling them back. That's the appropriate solution. Well, my opponent had 3 Uro triggers this game and is currently at 6, so sounds about par for the course. Sure, I missed a point of damage. You are correct. Didn't matter. God bless. Howdy, dragon. And I think we're going to board just like we did a second ago, right? We're going to cut the Bonecrushers and the Merchants. We're going to bring in 4 Rampaging Ferocidon. Ginger Wookie, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I'd be greedy and keep this on the draw. Hand's really good with the second land. I'm an alright, Danon. Alright, better late than never. Okay. Hey, Navir, thanks for the 29 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. This is probably unwinnable at this point, right? Yeah, if we draw land, we can do this, I guess. Maybe they're out of gas. He says laughingly. These are 2 cards that could recover us here, right? Like we have 2 draw 2s.
Sorry I'm late.
Alright, that was a very good draw. Land?
This might be a bad idea.
Alright, so... I guess I'm just dying in the air, so it probably doesn't matter. Good timeout, Marty, just for reference. Good timeout. Yeah, like people trying to like draw parallels to Burn. This deck's more of a combo / engine deck than like a Burn deck. Like for people that aren't familiar with traditional definitions of how these archetypes are defined, is a Burn deck differs from a traditional aggressive deck like, say, Gruul, because the headlining thing that's killing your opponent in a Burn deck is lots of spells. So if you're not familiar with modern Burn and you're not understanding the differential between a Burn deck and an aggressive deck, I'd encourage you to Google modern Burn and read what the spells in it do. Burn tends to play a few creatures, generally 1-mana creatures, because they can get in under your opponent's blockers. But usually the key aspect of the Burn deck is not the creatures it's playing, but instead the key aspect is the amount of spells that it's playing that kill the opponent. I'm electing to play Electrostatic Field out here rather than Thermo-Alchemist because my opponent has showed us Deafening Clarion in the last game. So I don't want to like play out Thermo-Alchemist and then get 2-for-1 by a Clarion here. It is somewhat appealing to get Thermo-Alchemist going sooner, but I like playing around Clarion ideally. We've seen 5-color Niv out of the opponent. We have not, but I'd assume it's probably heading out over there. They're playing a lot of multicolored things, and they have all 5 colors of mana. Hey, Ben, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Hey, look, it's that Clarion I was playing around. So, next turn, probably just firing off these cantrips and hoping to stake the Incinerator, I think. Need to draw a land in 2 draws. Okay, so that does it, right? Because this does, each of these do 1, this does 3, and then we'll play the Mountain and play the Incinerator. Alright, they shocked that in, so I assume this is going away. As far as they play Teferi and bounce it and just make me regret all my decisions. Oh, just a Kaya. Sure.
I like a good fight. Notice I didn't say fair. Good riddance. I'll be back. I'm gonna make myself scarce.
So if we find an instant or sorcery here, we can kill Kaya without attacking her.
Usually I'm better at dodging.
He says before he bricks. Oh, feels magic, man. I'm gonna attack them and just hope to draw an instant or sorcery next turn to finish off Kaya. This is the part where I get Maelstrom Pulse and regret that decision, but if I get Maelstrom Pulse, I probably can't win anyway, so I'm not really sure that it matters. Opponent is still 2 cards off of Escaping Uro. 1 card off.
Was it really good for you? You beat me this time. Bravo.
Okay. Instant or sorcery. Instant or sorcery. Instant or sorcery. I mean, I guess I'm out of Creature Stone to exile at this point, so go nuts, Gaia. So they get to escape Uro now. Our best draw. You know, I probably should have played this land out, because in the event that I draw, the event that we chain a couple of light up the stages together, this could end poorly.
I'll be back.
Skewer the Critics does kill Uro and them, yeah. Skewer's lethal here. Cantrip into Shock, also lethal. Cantrip into Cantrip, lethal. Oh, I probably shouldn't even play this out, right? Because they just have Uros or Yorion sitting here to blink the oath. Yeah, it's wrong. I should have held this. Oh. Oh, magic. Goblin Arsonist. Cute. Yeah, the opponent's avatar comes with the what's it called pack? It comes with the $15 pack that's in the store right now. Gives you like 3,500 gems in the avatar. I mean, to be fair, like, we've played against 3 different decks so far today. So, like, call what's currently going on not diverse, I think is kind of objectively incorrect, right? I think we're going upstairs and just getting Incinerator down here. And then I can do this. I can do this. And if we get to untap with Incinerator plus Thermo-Alchemist is going to do a real number on their board. That's a pretty good one. So we take 6 down to 8 here. Okay, so we go Steam-Kin into ping you, ping this, play Warlord's Fury, do this again, ping this, play this out, play this. It's a shame we're 1 mana short. I think I'm just holding on defense for now. Because we'll definitely kill them next turn. Yeah, the Goblins deck's like a bunch of mediocre creatures that just like has a 6 mana combo kill at the top end now. Because as is the case with Magic in 2020, you need to put combo kills in your aggro decks to be competitive. So they're dead, right? We're gonna, like, kill their entire board here. Oh, you know what? I could have played this out beforehand, right? It doesn't matter, I don't think. It's pretty good. Pretty good turn. Pretty good turn. Not bad. It's turn 5. Let's get linear. I want to get linear. Let's get into linear. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do I want Grafdigger's Cage? Is Grafdigger's Cage an axis I want to fight on? Like, do I Do I think we want to stop Muxus triggers from happening? I guess this also stops Snoop from casting things off the top. Yeah, Beansy, this is Marty's deck from the open. It's kind of appealing, stopping Snoop too. I'm gonna put 2 in. I'm gonna cut a couple of the cantrips. Yeah, the problem with Ferocidon is that it's symmetrical, and, like, we're on the draw. So, like, there's a good chance we just get run over. I think we mulligan the 1-lander here, especially because it's a tap land, so I can't cycle on 1. Yeah, this hand's great. Thermo-Alchemist to block and push a little bit of damage, then a bunch of spot removal. Full bottom 3rd mountain here. We lead on this. Getting Steam-Kin going is a pretty big payoff. If they don't have removal for it. If they have removal for this, good chance they have removal for this. And I think this is actually more important here. So this has more upside, and I'd rather it die than my Alchemist, I think. Alright. So hoping to draw a land next turn, so we can go second Steam-Kin into a shock on their Chieftain. If we brick on the land, I think we're just shocking the Chieftain, which would be unfortunate. I think I need to kill this. Yeah, Alchemist being a spectacle enabler is great for sure. Opponent's start is pretty slow here, but our start's also not that aggressive either. So we'll go Runaway Steam-Kin. I'm just attacking for 4 and then playing Thermo-Alchemist out. With Skirt Prospector, next turn could be a Muxus turn. I think I'm okay with that though. Maybe I'm not. Maybe we're supposed to kill Prospector here. If they have Muxus, it's going to happen in 2 turns, regardless. Man, I'm really glad they banned Winota. Winota was definitely a reasonable ban. And if they... Yeah, and, like, remember, like, this just has no counterplay to it, right? You just have to be lucky. It's not like Winota, where you have a chance to, like, kill their thing. You have to have a counter spell, or a discard spell, or it can just do this and you die. Like, they just go from 0 to 100, like that, with no counterplay available. I really hope they unban Winota or ban this Muxus deck. Based on how they've managed their other formats, I'm kind of expecting them to do nothing, because they're awful at format management and are incredibly inconsistent. Chandra's land is really good. Sets up to turn 3 Incinerator. Yeah, Winota had very real deck building restrictions. And again, for people that are newer to my content, one of my biggest complaints with Wizards in general is we see a lot of inconsistency in how they manage their formats. It's very frequent that they ban one thing and then leave other things legal that are very similar. This is an issue in Modern, Pioneer, and I'm sure it's probably going to leak into Historic as well. Poker face, poker face, my. Hey, thanks for 3/4 of the year. Did DC? The Dead Sea? Oh, they're also playing Embercleave. Sure. Yeah, with things like Skirt Prospector, I've seen some of these Goblin decks playing Phyrexian Tower. You also could, like, kill people with Muxus on turn 3. Just like Winota could randomly kill on turn 3 because of Land War Elves. Yeah, Muxus. The Goblins deck are literally a one-card combo deck. Clipsy! Thanks for the 27 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Combat, Combat. Thank you for the 21 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. The deck we're going to be playing after this one that I'm currently playing is also a deck that's very Winota-esque. It's a deck that I would be surprised if it's allowed to remain legal based on banning of Winota. The red-white combo tokens deck. It was already in the deck queue, Red Mage Frank, so your resub bumped it up to close to the top. Okay. Don't Maelstrom Pulse or Sweep me. Okay, so now I'm going to cast this for 4. And then we'll go do this, Skewer you, Incinerator's gonna shoot this. So when people were comparing us to an aggro deck earlier, and I was talking about us being more of a combo deck in reality, it's turns like this that I was talking about. This is, the thing, if you would. Yeah, I genuinely think that would be a positive change by Maxon. Man, goody. Thanks for the 20 months. I came back to Magic, and haven't seen a single companion the past few days. They nerfed them so hard that they're unplayable. Yeah, so basically, to have Wizards' decisions continue to be bad when they nerfed companions, they made it so every companion that wasn't Uro became unplayable, or Yorion became unplayable. So rather than just banning the 1 or 2 companions that were too good, they instead decided to render all companions except the good one unplayable. There are some fringe decks that are still playing Luris, and there's some fringe decks that are still playing Jag. Don't get in here and actually be Magic players. For the most part, Yorion is the only one that consistently still sees play. Actually. We're gonna board like we boarded against the Sultai decks earlier. These 2 out, 4 for us, so not in. Yeah, they have to be literally free in Wellspring, or they have to be, like, really strong like Yorion. Wyatt the Word Weaver, thanks for the happy year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. That's a good question. Is Jeg free for this deck? I think it might be, actually, right? Do we have any red cards? Are we missing our free companion? I think we are, actually. Yeah, 100%. There should be a companion in this deck. No, there's nothing in the board either. We have Fry, Rampaging Ferocidon, and Redcap. Alright, we'll get that added in. We'll get that added in after this game. We're gonna play a couple more matches after this one. Great, we even hit our land drops. Feels good, man. They have counter spells in their deck? Removal or third growth spiral? Yep. So that means they have a sweeper, right? They chose not to impact my Steam-Kins on board. Fortunate. Alright, they're down to 2 cards. Well, poop. Hi, wifey.
How's the temperature down here?
Fine.
I'm really cold upstairs.
You're really cold. We'll turn the AC down then.
It's also 30 degrees colder today than it was 2 days ago.
Oh. Oh, the temperature outside is colder than...
It's colder outside than what our thermostat is set to, isn't it?
Yep. So I could get this down to a 2-drop, but unfortunately can't cast it this turn.
For reference, the seal feels like it's 75 today, and it was 105 the other day.
Yep. Yep.
Chat needed to understand.
Well, we would actually be in an okay spot if Hydrate Crisis hadn't rolled off the top for them here. So, like, I get to do this, and then I get to do this, and this, and we'd actually, like, be in this game if they, like, hadn't peeled exactly this.
This board is really cool.
Yeah, a lot of the boards in this game are cool. It's one of the really big failings of Wizards with Magic Arena, that they have all these cool boards, and they refuse to, like, sell you them or give you any control over them. They just have to happen at random.
That sounds like a lot of coding.
That does, you know? But it's like...
Maybe they just don't know how.
That's a thing they could directly monetize, though, so they should prioritize it.
Maybe they just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, if the last one had been a spell to be able to kill the Hydrate Crisis, we'd have been in that game. Do all the boards the same music? I don't think so, but I also don't know offhand.
Are you guys playing different versions of the same avatar guy? Or is it two different?
Speaking of beautiful, this is the new Runeterra board. Speaking
Whimsical.
Speaking of gorgeous boards, if you haven't heard me say before, Runeterra is the most gorgeous card game I've ever played, and this is the new board they spoiled for their patch that's coming tomorrow.
It's whimsical.
Might have to give them some dollars for
that.
that.
Pet new? I've never seen the pet.
The pet's new too. Yeah, it's just absolutely stunning. And in Runeterra, you get to buy the boards, then pick the board that you want, and then play on the board that you want. 'Cause in case you can't tell, the boards are split, so each player gets their own board to play on every game. It's like having a playmat or something in paper. It's great. Right. Riot really understands how to do their cosmetics. They really get it. They really get it. I thought their patch happens tomorrow, but I'm going to be honest, I'm not super 100% familiar with what their timelines look like.
They are brothers. What are their names, honey? The brothers. This guy and this guy.
Ugin and Nickolbolas. So, I have a turn 3 Incinerator here if they don't discard spell or kill our thing, right? So hopefully they just cast Explore here. Is our daughter sleeping?
There's no bunny friends for you.
There's no bunny friends.
Your other children are your children. They're the loudest creatures.
Chat, do you think...
For no reason.
Do you think I'm loud, chat? I'm not loud while I play video games.
Can you hear the children playing?
No, I'm pretty sure the RTX voice filters them out, well. Pretty sure the RTX voice is doing its job with the kids.
They're sitting next to each other and screaming.
Oh, wait, I'm short here, right? I needed... No, wait, this is 1, puts us to 3. Okay, no, I'm right. We can shock them. for 2, and then this untaps. Okay. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. Incinerate! Incinerate!
I promise you he's actually loud. Sometimes when he starts talking, I flinch just because my eardrums hurt.
Wow, they are really loud.
No way, chat doesn't hear
They
that.
are really loud. Yeah, I was just say you could probably hear them right now. They are exceptionally loud at the moment.
That's just them playing video games. Sitting on the couch together, playing video games. It's not like they're trying to scream across the house. Although they do that too.
How are they that loud? I mean, they're not that far through the door. Listen, Minecraft is very exciting, chat. None of their sweepers kill this, right? They need the even odd sweeper. Yeah, nice card that kills something 3 or less.
I should go see if they woke up their sister.
Light them up. They're on fire! No, please no. Alright, let's put a Wellspring in our sideboard here, because it's a free roll. I can't believe Marty missed that. We'll set the Wellspring as my face-down trap card, because Magic Arena is a poor piece of software held together through duct tape and bubblegum. What are unit tests? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. The Conquistador. Thank you for the 6 months. I appreciate the half a year. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Chat, it's been painful watching Arena transform from what it was when I started playing it to what it is today. It's been rough. Hello all, I've been married exactly 1 year today and it feels great. Happy anniversary, Beetle. How long until combo tokens? Like half hour or so. We'll cover Runeterra patch notes together on stream, post Magic. So, well, that won't be for another hour or two. Who's got 2 thumbs and is excited for Chandra's Incinerator to get bounced by Teferi Time Raveler? This guy right here. Definitely Faustix. I'll get that bumped up for you. Thanks for watching. Oh, just a Vanishing Light. Deal. Deal Areno. Yeah, the Red-Black Aristocrats deck that won the tournament was like, card for card, very close to like what Kurokis have been playing on the normal ladder. Oh yeah, the artwork. What happened to that? Like the text box is like missing under the banishing light? What's going on over here, chat? Do you see it? Like the card's like half missing or something? Just activate this thermo now for the auto pass value. Yeah, jumpstart. Other than Muxus and Goblins, I think jumpstart's been a net positive for the format. I think Muxus probably needs to go. But other than Muxus, I think the format's in a very good spot. Yes, properly written unit tests would verify all of these things. Like, all common things you would look to verify. You think Mux is more broken than Winota? Yes! Winota dies to removal and is a multi-card combo. Muxus is a one-card combo that you can't meaningfully interact with via a single piece of removal. I think Muxus is much more offensive than Winota. I don't think it is particularly close. For people asking about the Runeterra balance patch, we're gonna cover that on stream when we switch over to the Runeterra segment. So much like when we do state of the game stuff mid arena, I'm gonna cover all the balance patch stuff and give my thoughts on it. I'll upload that as its own video to YouTube. Yeah, I mean, they were obviously... Wait, how does Muxus kill on its own? Because it gets a goblin that gives it haste and other goblins. So you could literally go from no board, cast Muxus, 20U. Muxus, yeah, with an M. So fast combo is the only good way to fight goblins. Yeah, for the most part, just gotta get under them. Grafdigger's Cage is actually like a real card against goblins because it stops Muxus and it stops Snoop, which is nice. I already have my second land rolled up, so I'm gonna hold on to this crash through for post Steam-Kin. Yes, Missilehead for sure. Hey, third land is nice. Flame Sweep is really good versus goblins. Yeah, I mean, sweepers are good, sure. Yeah, I should add it to the title. Like to stay organized, let people know what's up. I am going to... This might be too cheeky, but I'm going to decline to attack here because I would prefer to not get sealed away. Wait, with Muxus, can we appropriately say don't underestimate the goblins that can pop up out of nowhere and kill you? Yeah. Yeah, excludes jumpstart legal, chat. Get your cryptic commands now. It is actually every card underneath these exile effects, huh? I'm gonna concede. I'm just not having fun. Let's play one more match before we call it a day with this, but playing against blue-white control is exhausting. You like throw a Lux Ash back in the queue? 100%, dude. Late. I really love that deck too. Big agree. So when I've been playing off stream when I've had time. I'm gonna keep this on the draw. Hand's very good, and it's got some cantrips to try and find a second land. Man, there's just been so many growth spiral decks today. So many. So, just to show that, just to remind people that I'm, a super reasonable dude for the most part, I actually think that Muxus being missed is super reasonable. I don't think missing Muxus being broken in Historic is even close to comparable to Uro or Time Raveler or Once Upon a Time. This is a supplemental product card that's being injected into a fairly large format, and the expectation that they're gonna miss the mark on some of those just because there's a lot going on and it's hard to test these big formats, I think that's not a big deal. I hope they ban it or they unban Winota. Either or. But I do not think that in general it's a big deal. Yeah, Muxus to me jumps out as this was a card intended for Goblin EDH, which is sweet. It seems like a sweet card for Goblin EDH, right? When I read Muxus, that's what the text box reads to me. I was like, this is a Goblin EDH card. Alright, the next match is going to be the reasonable one, chat. I'm not going to play against the Reclamation deck with main deck Gust. I'm literally clicking together a Goblin EDH deck with Muxus right now while watching the stream. Yep. It's really surprising to me that things like main deck Aether Gust being very common are not the number one sign that Wizards of the Coast needs to do something about their formats. In my mind, that should be the number one, things are not okay and we need to address this. The fact that you can play main deck Aether Gust and just be perfectly fine with it and even have it be optimal. I actually don't think this deck's Goblins matchup is too terrible. Our linear draw is pretty decent on average, and Incinerator is very good. Definitely plaid. They only look at win rates and play rates. Well, you could argue that they must not look at play rates very much, because if they looked at play rates, they would probably see no one was playing Pioneer. Heyo! They only look at percentages, not player numbers, yeah. Yeah, next turn's real good if they don't kill this. What's up with Pioneer right now? So for people that didn't follow Pioneer, post Theros, Theros introduced not one, not two, but 3 linear obnoxious combo decks to Pioneer, which caused the popularity of the format on platforms like Magic Online to go way down. Anecdotally, I also know a lot of people that have been playing it at their local game stores pre-Plague was way down as well. They're dead, right? Your LGS didn't fire a Pioneer event for like a month pre-Plague. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to sit down and read the Runeterra patch notes. People have been saying there's a lot of good changes in chat. Runeterra is not afraid to balance their card game chat, which is refreshing coming from Magic. Are they actually just dead to, like, not attack you with the Incinerator? That's kind of funny. It's like, had a turn 4 6/6, just didn't need it. Yeah, like Steam-Kin is aptly named, chat. When that card gets to go, it goes. Do they give a timeline on when the Runeterra, next Runeterra set releases? I wonder when that's going to line up exactly, because Amonkhet Remastered happens the 2nd week of August, I think. It's the end of August? Okay, perfect. That'll give me time to focus on Amonkhet Remastered. And then I can do a little extra RT around them. Hey, Hapalatakar. Thanks for the happy year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, it definitely seems like it, Water. Definitely seems like it. See if we can run them down one more time here. This hand's very good with a second land. We're on the draw. I've got a cantrip, so easy keep here. By the way, for people that enjoyed the Open this past weekend, if you're interested in marking your calendar, either play in the next Open or just watch it, August 18th will be our next historic Open here. That event will have Amonkhet Remastered cards legal for it. That event is going to have a $6 entry fee again. We had slightly fewer people play, but the tournament hummed along really smoothly, and we had a good viewer count still, so I think I'm going to leave the... Cool Stuff Inc. was happy with our setup, so... Have slightly deeper price support. And slightly more people. Which is nice. Alright, it's not bad. I think I'm just playing Electrostatic Field here. I think there's a good chance we get, like, Aether Gusted or something anyways. Yeah, Teferi Time Raveler will definitely remain banned. I think I'm gonna make a decision about other potential house bans when we put sign up. I'm planning to open the event for registration at the beginning of August. We'll have 2 weeks out again. So I'm going to wait and see what the format looks and feels like before deciding if I want to house ban anything else for that tournament. As of at this very moment, I'm leaning towards just Teferi. However, there's a chance that Muxus probably shouldn't be legal. I don't think the breeding pool decks are problematic in this format. Do not think breeding pool decks are problematic in Historic. That's not been my experience. I can't get this down, right? I guess if I hit with Light Up the Stage, we could. I'm gonna Field into Crash Through into Light Up the Stage, and then hopefully that sets us up to Incinerator next turn. Well, boop. No, that changes the format too much that it makes testing hard. We will never unban things for the Hoaglandia events. However, I am going to experiment with banning things that I think could stand to be removed. So, unbans will never be on the table, just for clarity's sake, but various community house bans will be. I'm actually going to not put Castle into play here, because I don't want to give their Field of Rune target. Someone asked after rotation if Teferi will still be banned. I don't think this card will ever be legal for another Hoaglandia Open ever again. I do not think this card existing is a net positive for Magic. I do not intend to include it in my events. Alright. Some 6/6s. Your move, Yugi boy.
Let's try this.
And once rotation does happen, the hoots immediately after rotation will likely be standard. Because people will be more excited about standard. I know I will too, especially once we get to that point. I think I'm going to keep this in bottom Warlord Fury. Just guaranteed play the Ferocidon on curve here. Having a standard tournament right after rotation, what a novel concept someone tell once. I mean, okay, to give credit where credit is due, Wizards of the Coast did at least have the foresight to make the Invitational historic, right? So, like, their Invitational's happening early September, just before rotation happens, and that event is historic, I believe, right? So that's a good decision on their part. Well, it's the only way an invitation had more than one deck in the top 8. Yep. Is this Ferocidon coming back to my hand, opponent? Okay. I suppose it still could, right? They could go land. I think I'm Thermo-Alchemisting, so that way I can Ferocidon post-sweeper here, as opposed to running a second one out into a sweeper. Well, the gust there would imply that they're not about to sweep me, so that's nice. All right, punish for not playing the other Ferocidon out. shoot Teferi here.
Only time will tell.
Well, at least we got to draw a card, huh? We get down this Ferocidon before they get to escape Uro next turn at least. Do I post my Runeterra decks anywhere? Yeah, you can find them all on my Mobalytics page. And then there's also a page on my website that has all of my Runeterra videos, just like there's pages for all my historic and standard videos. And every one of my YouTube videos has the deck list that we play in it, linked in the video description, along with the deck code. It's hard for me to say without bias how good or bad this really felt, because from a feeling standpoint, this set felt really frustrating and exhausting because we played against a lot of Teferi Time Raveler decks. And yeah, that's about all I got. It seemed competitive against Goblins. We even beat some of the Teferi Time Raveler decks we played against, but the card's just so exhausting to play against that it just ends up feeling kind of medium. At any rate, we're going to go ahead and roll on into the next one. I'm going to quick ad roll. I get things set up and flipped over. When we get back, we're going to combo kill some nerds. So be back in just a few. Thanks for hanging out today, folks.